This is part 2 for Jeannie.
Part 2 for Jeannie's question. And the question was the question is the following: is actually linking the two her two questions about knowing thyself, knowing oneself, and manifesting reality. And the bridge might be something like, how can I use the knowledge of the fact that this reality pictures my beliefs, pictures my thoughts, and that's automatic manifesting. How can I use that to know myself? Maybe not especially the car and the money, but maybe the knowledge that I'm creator, for example, and maybe that will slide me into a slow recognition of powerful beingness.
You are the creator as consciousness, as nothingness, but you're not the creator as an ego. Free will is an idea, a concept that belongs to a mind and an ego. Well, it doesn't belong to, but that is part of the ego, or the human way of seeing something. Consciousness isn't human. Human appears inside consciousness. Consciousness doesn't come from the human. So you are the creator as consciousness, but you're not the creator as an ego. The idea that you are the creator is only bound to the ego. It's an idea that exists in space and time. It comes from the mind, it comes from language. Free will is simply an idea that you are creating this. You're creating this as oneness, as consciousness, which has nothing to do with you choosing it. You choosing it is simply an idea that exists in language and space and time. Liberation is the end of the belief that who you are exists in space and time and language. I am choosing to create my reality exists in language. Consciousness creates everything, which is who you are, but that's not a choice of the ego. The ego is just a veil giving the appearance of something. Something. Did that answer?
Yeah, how about that part of the sliding, the possible, because that's a belief as well.
Yeah.
Belief in the mind, the sliding from, I'm, as an ego, I'm created, I'm a puppet, I'm nothing. But as consciousness, I impersonally create simultaneously everything, all these realities. Is the knowledge of that position, that impersonal, ego-less position, helpful? This is, I think, the question.
Helpfulness again belongs to the mind. It belongs in thoughts. It's the end of the belief in conceptual reality. It might appear that there's a process in space and time of liberation, but that gets chucked out of the window with everything else. It's just an idea. It's just an illusion. It's just thoughts existing in memories. And what are memories? Something that arise now, giving the appearance of something. It's absolutely irrelevant. Liberation is the end of living in that conceptual reality. It's coming back to just this, here, nowness, if you like. I normally don't use that word because it has so many common connotations. Did I say that right? Connotations. So, because it gives nowness, so many people think they've got to be in the now. That's not what I'm talking about. It's the end of the belief in that seeker, in that I that exists in space and time. And when that falls away, there's just now. There's no longer living in the past and the future. But the one that thinks that it could do it in any way exists in space and time. The one that thinks there's a process exists in space and time, isn't it? The one that thinks that it can do something exists in space and time. It doesn't mean that doing stops happening. It's just the end of the belief of somebody that exists in
space and time. And there goes the creator. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you.